Oh yeah.
In this drawer, I have my impacts and air tools. Now this one is the expensive stuff. I have a CT9080 Snap-on in gunmetal. This was the second half-inch impact I ever bought from Snap-on. First thing I bought was an air impact. Now, I had an air impact, it was in gunmetal gray, just like this one, and I use that thing all the time. But then you got to drag that air hose around, and it just kind of gets in the way when you're working on the trailers.
Right.
So I bought this one, and it has not let me down. This thing will break lug nuts off. It's a half-inch drive, but it's the size of a 3/4. This thing is huge.
Yeah.
There's no reason for an impact to be this huge, which is why I bought the next one.
Before you keep going,
Yeah.
just an estimate. How much is this one drawer right here? Like
Estimate?
in net worth, right? How much is this one drawer worth?
Well, I can tell you one thing: these two impacts each cost $1,000 for the kit.
Yeah, each.
Ooh, that's hard. I'd probably say about 35, $4,000.
About 35 what?
3,500 to $4,000.
3,500 to $4,000. So it's about 4 G's in this drawer alone.
And that's being conservative with it.
That's Keep going.
But after I got that 9080, I realized it was huge, bulky, hurt my arm to use. It shakes like crazy, so I bought a 9050. Snap-on says this is a mid-torque impact. This is the size of a Milwaukee high torque.
Yeah, it is.
So, but it has a ton of power, bright LED on the front, but again, that $1,000 price tag, you would hope you get what you pay for, and in this one I feel like you do, but I would recommend getting the Milwaukee.
Yep.
More power, same size, and a whole lot cheaper.
Right. I like Snap-on tools with the power tools. You know, I guess it's perspective, but it's kind of overhyped. I wouldn't say overhyped, overpriced. Like that.
Mainly overpriced. Now I feel like Snap-on recently has come back with their power tools, and they have really gotten good with them. Now they're actually a contender. They used to just be the laughing stock.
Yeah.
Now they're a contender again, but you pay that price for that Snap-on name.
Yep, that's it.
After that one, I've got a half-inch chuck drill. This is an old brushless model. They just recently came out with a new... Now, this is the old brushed model. They just recently came out with a new brushless. It's smaller, but I just prefer the look of these old brush models, and it works just fine.
Yep.
So, I don't see me replacing this anytime soon. It works perfectly fine for what I need it to do. I got a full body 3/8. I found this one at a pawn shop that Mr. Joe here sent me a picture of.
Yeah.
And I saw it was the gunmetal gray. At the time, this color was brand new, so I knew this thing wasn't used much, and I only paid $300 for this, 2 batteries, and a charger.
Yep. I saw it and was like, yeah, I think Skylar gonna like this. I wasn't about to get it. You gonna catch me even though catch me trapped in Snap-on. Not yet, anyways.
I got to work immediately, did my hour lunch, and I went and bought it. Now, after that one, I've got this little, I think this is a CT761. I can't really see the part number anymore because I've used it so much.
Yeah.
This thing right here is the first impact I ever bought from Snap-on. A little 3/8, battery powered. It's the old brush model, and this thing's a lifesaver. I highly recommend this little dual trigger. Even if you're not a Snap-on person, I recommend getting one of these.
Yeah, I would definitely get one. Yeah.
Just because you have the convenience of the dual trigger, and it's really skinny.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't call this a stubby. It's
Nah,
not a Milwaukee stubby where it's that only that big. This is an everyday carry, I'd say.
So show them that dual trigger. Better view that dual trigger. Yeah, just show them how it kind of moves.
Dual trigger is if you hold it like this, your middle finger make it go in reverse, index finger make it go forward.
Yep.
So it's real simple. Just break it loose.
Yep.
Put it back on.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now we get into a little bit of the air tools. I have this old, I wouldn't say old, it's a relatively newer model, Mac 3/4 impact that I regret buying. I don't use it much, and I cannot find a fitting that fits in it, so I have this conglomeration of brass fittings.
It seems like you regret buying Mac a lot.
I'm not a big fan of Mac, I'll say that now. I used to love Mac, but they have screwed me over too many times.
Yeah.
But I bought this thing. I got it for a hefty discount. It was a trade-in on the Snap-on truck. Somebody bought it and immediately traded it in. Didn't even use it. So I got it for a nice discount from what it actually retails for. But I think I've used it maybe once or twice, and it didn't fail the lug nut test. I mean, it failed the lug nut test. So
really?
It did fail the lug nut test.
Wow.
And that CT9080 passed it. So why would I reach for a 3/4 when the 1/2 inch do it?
Yep.
I have the old Snap-on air hammer everybody and their mother loves. I got this thing. This is the only green tool I have, and it's the only green tool I will own.
Yeah, I hate green.
I hate it. But, funny story with this is I went on a Snap-on truck, told them I needed an air hammer. They only had a green one on the truck. I said I wanted a red one, and that is all I wanted. I wanted a red or black. They called all around different dealers. They didn't have one. They didn't have one in their warehouse.
Yeah.
So he told me, if you get the green one today, I'll throw in 2 free air hammer bits. That is the only reason I have this green air hammer.
Yeah.
But this thing has about the most power you can want. I believe the Matco one does have a little bit more power. But I'd recommend, instead of getting this one, I would probably get the Chief at Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
It has just as much power. Only issue is that you don't have much control over the trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, word of advice, do not walk on to a truck, especially Snap-on, unless you plan on buying something.
Yes.
Because our Snap-on guy here, shout out to Slade. If you see this, shout out to Slade, because Slade can sell you a piece of trash, and you'll be ready to buy it.
That man can sell a pencil to a pencil finger. I swear. This thing right here, an old mechanic gave me this. His name is Mr. Paul. This is an old little butterfly impact. This is a 3/8. This is for your minute work. Little, I think it's maybe like 90 foot-pounds max.
Yeah.
But this thing is the loudest little impact you will ever use.
Yeah. You rarely see those kind, but I forgot where I saw it, but I saw something like that. They still sell it, just
they do still
you
sell it.
Rarely see it.
The only time you'll really see these is in small engine work, motorcycles, little lawnmowers and stuff like that. That's the main time you'll see these.
Yep.
After that, I've got my 2 die grinders. I have a 90. I think this is a 1/2 horse Matco. I hated this thing at first just because this little locking ring in here, it's threaded. It kept backing out whenever I was using it. This little ring gave me so much hell for the first 3 weeks. I put some red Loctite on it and stuck a screwdriver in there and hammered it tight. It hasn't backed out yet.
Really?
So, hey, if it works,
right.
It works. This right here is a little Snap-on. I think this is a 3rd horse die grinder. And I bought it not realizing what it was supposed to be used for. I just needed a straight die grinder because I had this one first. I should have got a 1/2 horse because this is mainly for plastics and small body panels.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cut through 1/2 inch steel with this. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Last 2 in this drawer are your electric ratchets, your most controversial tools on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thinks you can break bolts loose with these.
Yeah.
These are not an impact.
Exactly.
These are ratchets.
Right.
I have a 1/4 short neck and a 3/8 long neck.
Okay.
Both of these I use every day. Look how dirty they are.
Yep.
I just recently picked this one up for a hefty discount because it's the old brush model. Everybody wants the brushless. Nobody wants the brushed. I like the brush because this is brushed.
Yep.
If it ain't let me down yet, when would I upgrade?
That's it.